G'day folks, it's Cortezerino. You know, I do a lot of big time lapses, and I think the thing that sets my time lapses apart from other people's is that I like to do the great big ones in survival, but that always means that in the comments there are the doubters. I always see it, that people arguing that wasn't survival, he was flying, and then other people saying no, he was using scaffolding and shulker boxes. And then someone always says, well, he just gave himself all the resources in creative and then switched to survival. So I thought I would address that. You might notice, well, as I'm recording right now, it's been about 6 days since my last episode, and a lot of that has to do with gathering resources. So let's talk about the castle. The main thing I've been using in this is a lot of stone, and that has to come from somewhere, and after building that tower up the back, I'd almost run out. So if we fly by my little mountain village, we can find my hidden base just over here, underneath a bit of snow, and you might have seen the beacon out the back. I've got a little side entry here. It looks a little bit dodgy, but this is just a way for me to get to my mining area underneath my big cover-up, underneath the mountain I built. So in the last 6 days, I have spent quite a bit of time down here, just digging away, getting myself some stone. And it's not just this level. Can't see a thing with that beacon in my face. We've also done it down here, and I'm almost out of the beacon range here, so I am going to have to start a new mining area pretty soon. So now we have lots and lots of stone. This will probably last me a week before I start building on the castle again and run out. But that's not the only resource I've been running out of. I have done a tiny bit of work in the nether, so it's not quite finished. But this was the tunnel I was showing last episode, and I wasn't too sure about it. I particularly didn't like the roof, and I was asking for advice. And someone gave me the comment that I should try and make it more hellish, because it's the nether, and what I'd built looked heavenly was the word they used. So I tried a bunch of different things here, mixing in nether brick and all that, and the nether brick didn't quite go well with just the theme, the blocks I had going here. I tried replacing those sea lanterns with magma blocks. It didn't quite work, but I did find when I was adding all those blocks, the whole place did need to be darker, so I added a lot of dark oak wood up to the ceiling, and I still might change things around a bit, but this is what I've got at the moment. If I decide to change one or two things, it won't be too hard to just go through and change it all. I haven't put all my lights hanging down in the middle just yet like I did over there. I'm not quite sure if I will. I'll wait and see if I like it. But the other thing I changed is I wasn't sure if this looked too busy. So you see we've got a short gap between our little divisions here, but in the rest of the tunnels I've extended that gap, so I think this looks a lot better. So we've got our fast travel on the sides, but what I've noticed is often I wouldn't bother coming into here to do the little jumps. So what I've also done is underneath these trapdoors I've put packed ice, so if I've just rounded a corner and I haven't got far to go, I can jump up and down on these, and it just speeds me up a little bit. So we've got lots of little turn-offs. That is world spawn. I've got a little tunnel I haven't done much with it yet. This goes off to the end. And right up the back here, I have my oil rig base behind that portal. And we can also turn a corner down here. I haven't done much in here either, but this is my wither skelly farm that doesn't have any wither skellies at the moment. Oh, that's no good. And then we've got another tunnel down here. So it's basically a big square of my little nether tunnels, and there's the way off to my desert mining area. So the thing is, building all of this obviously is going to take a lot of resources. So I ran out of bone blocks. And you can see all these composters. I used up all my dark oak wood making these composters. So I had to restock. So restocking the bone blocks is super duper easy because I've got my skelly spawner where they all just fall to their deaths with the spider spawner over there. So all I did was AFK'd for 2 nights down here And each night I can get about a shulker box full of bone blocks. And then for the wood, of course, I've got my tree farm. I always get a bit worried after AFKing, like, yes, that's why I get, oh gosh, there's dudes everywhere. Well, suppose I'm going to attack me. Why am I running away from them? Let's just let all these guys despawn. That should be far enough. So yeah, I got my tree farm there. You can see all my dark oak wood planted. So it doesn't take very long at all with these TNT dupers to just to restock with that. So I've got now a double chest worth of dark oak wood. So we are pretty much back. After 6 days, we are back to where I was with resources. So yes, guys, I wouldn't bother building all of this if I was just going into creative and giving myself all the stuff. But of course, that isn't all I've done in 6 days. It doesn't take me 6 days to do a couple of nether tunnels. It took me about 3 days to do that, but I've been working on other things too. So yes, I am flying, guys. So people are going to go, see, I told you, he's opening in creative. No, this is not my single player world. Well, this is a copy of my world that I'm using to plan what I'm doing with the castle. So if you thought that I was just randomly building buildings, that's not quite right. I have a plan. This outline of grey wool, that is my master plan. It's not entirely well thought out, but I know the shape that I'm building this thing in. And you can see I am planning out extensions to the castle. I haven't done too much. We're probably not going to get onto this episode because there is still a lot more planning to do. But yeah, this is kind of what I've got so far. And the thing is, this takes forever. Like, that took me about a day to put together, looking at all the photos of the real castle, all the angles, trying to get this to look realistic. But even once I finish the exterior, I've then got to figure out what we're doing on the inside, because with my time lapses, I build every single room and I decorate the whole thing. So yeah, this will be another 24 hours just to figure out what we're doing in here. But enough of that rambling about resources. We have to figure out what we are doing for the rest of the episode, and that you ruined my shot, mate, by running off then. It has to do with this wither skelly farm, because I've been getting a lot of regular skeletons dropped down into this. So I want to rig up some wither roses to kill them off, and it probably means I'll have to redesign this whole bottom area. So I can, because I can't plant wither roses on hoppers. Well, as far as I know, I can't. So I'll probably have to put soul sand on top of the hoppers and then plant the wither roses in that, because all the drops will be collected through the soul sand because it's not a full block. So we need to get some wither roses. And as you can see, my wither skelly farm has been paying off. We've got 31 skulls right there. So we are going to go fight a wither or two and see if we can get the wither roses, but I'm not really sure how to do it. I mean, I've seen a few ways to do it, and I've got a somewhat good idea of what I want to do. Let's put this valuables shulker box in the ender chest because I don't want to risk... We're going to the end, and I don't want to risk falling off the edge and losing that. We are going to try fighting the wither in the end, see if we can get some wither roses. If that doesn't work, I have another idea, but we will try this first. And if you've watched this whole series, you will know I have a little tunnel up to the roof of the nether where I can summon a wither, and he's trapped in the bedrock and he can't get away. But I sort of closed off that passage when I built all of this. So we instead are going to go to the end because there is that handy little bit of bedrock around the end portal. And this is what I spent last night setting up. We've got a bunch of chickens here. I'm going to try and summon the wither, and hopefully the explosion will kill these guys. But I'm not entirely convinced it's going to work. I'm worried that the explosion might be contained within the bedrock, and then I get no wither roses at all. But if it does work, this is probably the easiest way to do it. So I've just set up a bunch of hoppers here to collect eggs for me while I was breeding these guys up. And we're going to try it now. Pretty sure these little baby chickens won't drop any roses, but I can't be bothered waiting any longer. And I've got my breastplate on. I've got some golden apples ready. because I'm also a little bit worried the wither's going to escape, because I'm going to try and place the soul sand on the ground here. But the chickens will probably get in the way, and if they do, I'll have to place it higher, and then he might be able to burst out the top. But can you, chickens, let me place them all? Are you going to let me? Oh, this is going to take some time. Can you guys get out of the way? Okay. I'll stand back a bit. Wither roses, please. I've got to wait for the explosion. Come on. Boom, boom. Oh. Oh no, we're good. I didn't see any chickens die then, actually. This might be a disaster, but at least we're going to get another star. Okay, that was a little disaster. At least I've got a new place to kill the wither, but it is definitely not somewhere to get wither roses. Okay, plan B. You look like a pirate. See, I always carry my bed around and break it, so we've appeared back at World Spawn, but check this out. You can see the castle from here. That is awesome. So you're probably thinking, this looks expensive, Cortez. Well, it is, but it isn't for me. Every time I AFK for bone blocks, for every double chest of bone blocks I get, my iron farm gives me 6 double chests worth of iron. So I've got more iron than stone. So we're going to use iron golems. We can use snow golems to get the wither roses, but we are on the roof of the nether, and those guys will not survive up here. And I'm just here because I hate it when the wither blows up the blocks beneath my feet, and I've got to worry about falling into caves and stuff. So we're going to summon him right here. I've just got some carpet there at the moment, so no ghasts spawn. So the idea is I'm going to summon him in, and I'm going to hide behind that wall over there, and just let him pepper these guys for a while. I've probably got about 30 in there, and hopefully, like, I'm using these guys rather than chickens, because the blasts from the wither will, when they're exploding the chickens, will probably explode any wither roses. But these guys are nice and tall, so I'm hoping the bombs hit their heads and the wither roses are okay. But anyway, after a minute, I am going to show my face, and the wither's going to come after me. And I've just got 10 little buddies here who I can let go, so when the wither does attack, I've got extra backup here, and as soon as I get him down to half health, these guys should be able to finish it off. So anyway, let's give this a go. We will get rid of, I think you have to get rid of the carpet. Let's summon this guy in. I hope I'm wearing my breastplate. Yes, I am. It suddenly seemed to go very dark. I probably shouldn't have eaten that apple yet. I'm going to be sitting here for a while. But anyway, doesn't matter. I really want to look. If I peek, is he gonna... He's going for him, and they are coming over this way. Don't come over this way, guys. Stay there. Alright, it looks like the party's started. These guys are on their way. I don't know if I'm ready. I'm just going to run through. The wither's going to go for me, I bet. But let's see if there's any roses down here. Can I get back behind this without him chasing me? Yes, he's ignoring me. Cool. 8. Oh, well, that's not too bad. Yes, this is working, so I didn't need this second cage. They're just going to cause a lot of problems for me. I'm going to have to clear them up. I've got a bucket of lava for taking care of all the stray golems. Yes, we only need the one little pen of them. We are up to 25 wither roses. Oops, and he is starting to pay attention to me. Okay, guys, I think it's time. Let's take this guy out, and then we can reset. And, oh, yep, he's coming for me. Come on, golems, come together. Good boy. You guys as well. Look, there's a wither behind me. Go get him. Look at you, you chicken. Come on, get out of there. Everyone after the wither. Come on, is he at half? He's at half, and the golems are off. Come on, golems, get him. Get him. And we're done. How many golems we got left? Is that just 4? We did pretty well. Let's do a quick run around, see if there are any wither roses lying about. Yes, here's a few. How well timed was that? Look at this. We have a single lonely survivor. But you're not my buddy backup, so you can die. Come on. Good boy. Okay, let's reset this thing and we'll try again. We don't need the second pen we've discovered. Oh, nearly forgot about you. And now I have wither roses, and I've got about 40 left over. Although I set this up so poorly, guys. It's a bit of a disaster. So I lowered the floor a little bit, so it's all half slabbed here, just because, yes, I did have to put soul sand there with the hoppers underneath, so that lowered my little collection point. So I lowered the floor with it, and I set it up like this because I thought it looked pretty cool. Hey, we got a dude! But yeah, it looks cool, and I figured, well, I'll just avoid hitting the roses. But you'll probably see the problem here. No, you didn't see the problem there. The problem is, though, a lot of these Wither Skeletons goodies end up on top of the trapdoors. So I either need to put hopper minecarts inside the soul sand block, or I need to just build up a bit of a wall in front. I tried it with a wall originally, but it looked horrible. But yeah, we can't be picking up the bones every time. But we're not doing that today. I have had enough of wither roses for one episode. I want to get back onto the topic of resources because there's one other thing I used in this tunnel and I've nearly run out of. And that is quartz blocks. I used lots and lots of them here. And I'm not making quartz blocks from quartz that I've mined. I'm saving all that quartz for making comparators and other goodies, maybe daylight sensors later on. But what I'm doing is I'm getting all of my quartz from villages. But there's a problem. So here we are at the oil rig base. This was my starter base, and below us, down underneath the water, is my villager trading hall, and I've got one mason down there that I get all my quartz from. The problem is, to get emeralds to trade, I've just got this little pumpkin and melon farm. Now this is actually super good, it's super efficient, and it was great when I was using this base all the time. When I was always here, I always had plenty of pumpkins and melons. But now I'm never here, so I come to do some trading and there's nothing in the chests and I just can't get emeralds. Look at this thing, guys. I absolutely love it. Just passing through and we've got skeletons dropping down everywhere. Ooh, skull! Haha, take that. So I've been dealing with that problem. Over here at the Japanese area, there's the big machine I was building at the start of the episode. It's basically the exact same pumpkin and melon farm, but I've got 4 stories of it, so I can come in here and that will fill up a lot quicker than the chests at my oil rig base. And I'm here for other things as well, so hopefully we can get all these chests nice and filled up. So what I'm going to do is build a little house around this, and then I'll have a bunch of farmers here so I can trade for lots and lots of emeralds. And then we'll look at, I haven't got some of the note blocks covered up yet, so they are making a bit of noise. So I'll be able to trade emeralds with those guys, and then we'll put the masons somewhere else. We might build another building for them, or just for convenience, I might put a basement in here and hide them away. But yeah, we're not doing the villages this episode. We are doing the building around this, and I've been getting requests to build a Japanese pagoda, and they are pretty cool looking, but I have found a photo of one that I really, really love. It's probably not exactly what the person who was requesting it had in mind, but I love it, so we are going to build that. And I have already, no, that was the goodies for building that up the back here. I've already assembled all the things that I will need, so I think I've got everything. I think we're ready to begin. So that's it from me, guys. We might leave this episode the way we began, with another time lapse of me building my pumpkin farm pagoda. So leave a like, guys, if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe if you haven't already. Cheers, guys. I'm Cortezerino. I'll see you later. When it hurts like this, we climb the greatest heights, jump down and have a fight, and that's all we'll ever like, but that can never change my mind. When it's good, it's amazing. When it's bad, it's uneasy.
the same.